Coming up on Citrus TV News, Syracuse Mayor-Elect Ben Walsh announces who will serve as his deputy mayor, who she is, and what her duties will be.
Divisive politics that have held our community back for far too long. We need new leadership that can bring
Changes are coming to Syracuse University campus to promote student wellness.
And there's salt on the steps, but does that mean that a snowstorm is on the way? I'll let you know in my full weather forecast. Your campus news leader, Citrus TV, starts right now.
This is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Members of an unrecognized fraternity face charges in a hazing incident at the SUNY College of Brockport. Good evening, I'm Josh Rosenblatt.
And I'm Rebekah Castor. 6 current and 3 former students at the New York College were in court today. They are accused of torturing a rat as an example of what would happen if somebody reported the frat or tried to leave the organization.
Following the arrest, police released photos exposing the squalid living conditions of the house. The organization is known as the Delts. The college says they operated as a fraternity, despite having their charter revoked by the Delta Sigma Phi National Fraternity in 2001.
The group has been on police radar for years, but this was the first time charges were filed. Some of the charges against the 6 current and 3 former students include criminal and nuisance, assault, and animal cruelty. There's a new deputy in town. Mayor-Elect Ben Walsh announced that Sharon Owens will fill the position. Owens is the first hire of the Walsh administration. She will oversee day-to-day operations and be the chief of staff. Owens is the CEO of Syracuse Model Neighborhood Facility and a co-chairman of Greater Syracuse Hope. She previously worked with Walsh during Mayor Stephanie Miner's administration. Many renovations are taking place here on campus. Citrus TV reporter Greg Bradbury is at the gym to tell us how one donation is helping pave the way to student wellness.
Thanks, guys. Well, earlier today I spoke with a construction official to talk about how the project is being funded. In addition, I spoke with students to see what they think about the upcoming changes. A recent $3.5 million donation from SU alumni, Dr. Quang Tan, is helping ensure Syracuse students have access to the facilities that they need in order to succeed out of the classroom. His gift will be contributing to the renovations at Archebold Gymnasium that are taking place now.
When he heard about plans for renovations of Archebold, he was very excited, thought that this can have a big impact on the student lives. So he wanted to make this gift and really help support students at Syracuse.
Dr. Tan wanted to help share his own experiences at SU with current students.
And when he was a student here, he played a lot of basketball. He feels it's important to kind of have a good balance between kind of healthy physical activity as well as with the academic side.
Syracuse University students will have more options than ever before to promote their well-being. They have all felt this is a good step to improving life here on campus.
I feel that it makes students feel a lot more supported, that, you know, like physical activity and like just like the awareness and whatnot, like people are actually taking account of it.
I definitely think it's a good thing. It shows that they're caring about us, and also not just only on the academic side. It's nice to see.
The Arch and the Barnes Center renovations have already begun. The project will feature a multi-floor fitness center, a multi-activity court, and new locker rooms, in addition to other features that are all coming together to help promote the overall wellness of students. While the construction takes place, the gym will be located in the women's building until fall of 2019 when the renovations are complete. Once the renovations are complete, the second floor will be dedicated in Dr. Tan's name.
Thanks, Greg. Hopefully these new renovations will make me more motivated to get to the gym.
Winter has finally arrived, and with it comes flu season. Confirmed cases of the disease in New York are nearly double what they were at this time last year. Onondaga County has some of the highest number of cases in the state so far this year. The CDC says, however, it's not too late to still get your flu shot. And as winter rolls around and temperatures drop, everyone is thinking of creative ways to save energy and reduce their heating bill. Well, a group of Syracuse University researchers received a $1 million grant to develop a sensor that would do just that. Citrus TV reporter Sabrina Maggiore is in studio with more. Sabrina?
Thanks, Josh. America is a shockingly wasteful country, and today we'll be looking at the sensor technology that ARPA is founding. Like many developed nations, America is a shockingly wasteful country. According to a national laboratory, on average, U.S. citizens waste 61% of the energy that flows through the economy. Syracuse University researchers are hoping to chip away at that.
We are going to develop an occupancy sensor, which is going to be a very low cost, low power, and high accuracy. So there are very ambitious goals that we would like to achieve. And the eventual purpose is to reduce energy consumption in residential buildings.
Of all the energy produced in the U.S., 13% is used to heat, ventilate, and cool buildings.
Buildings use a lot of energy for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, HVAC. And they found that it's really hard to make big differences in HVAC based on behavior of people.
SU researchers hope to create a sensor that would automatically regulate HVAC energy usage depending on the number of people in a given space.
We are hoping to save as much as 30%, maybe even 35%.
While smart sensors are currently on the market, researchers say that present technologies still leave a lot to be desired.
And there are new smart thermostats on the market that will try to make it so that you don't need to program it, that you can just walk by it and it will detect you in the building. But they don't work very well because they just don't have enough occupancy sensors to accurately work.
The ARPA-E grant requires researchers to develop the technology within a 3-year time span. They hope it can be applied to reducing energy consumption in homes throughout the U.S. as soon as possible. While the start date for the project has not been finalized, the team hopes to begin research this April. For Citrus TV News, I'm Sabrina Maggiore.
Thanks, Sabrina. And with students leaving campus for the holidays, most expect Marshall Street to be quiet, but store owners say this is not the case. Our reporter Justine Murray found because less people are on campus, Syracuse families enjoy coming to the shops. Owners like John Vivalvo from J. Michaels have a few tricks they use to remind people about their businesses. Over the holidays, he was proved right, as sales increased over Thanksgiving break.
We had a really good week. The students were away, so there was more ample parking, and we advertised on television and social media to reach out to Syracuse people to come up on the hill and shop.
Vivalvo is looking forward to the winter holidays as a chance to continue bringing in more local families outside of the university.
We saw some snow flurries this morning, but later the sun managed to break through the clouds.
But is there more snow in the forecast? Citrus TV weather anchor David Edelstein has the first look at your forecast.
That's right, 31 degrees outside in Syracuse right now. It's getting colder as we get toward New Year's. Right now it's also a little cloudy out, dark outside, poor quality in the air. If you are sensitive to air, this might not be the best time to go out for a walk. It's cold anyway, after all. Taking a look at our temperatures across the region, Syracuse, like we said, 31 degrees. Fulton's 32. As we get out towards Rochester, also 31 degrees. Elmira and the southern part of this map also in the 20s. The reason why this weather is staying like this, also not much wind chill here. A lot of that wind's coming right off of the lake, and that's not really causing any problems with the wind. As we can take a look at our map, all that snow is up there where it is a little colder because of the wind chill. Syracuse area, just a little cloudy. We'll take a look at that later.
Coming up after the break, wildfires continue to ravage Southern California. Why the fires are expected to only get worse.
And the government has avoided a shutdown. For now, find out how long the government has to find a long-term solution. Stay tuned.
We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
got a quarter.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Rebekah Castor, Josh Rosenblatt, and David Edelstein with weather. Citrus TV News continues now.
Right now, 6 wildfires are burning through Southern California, threatening thousands of homes and forcing nearly 200,000 people to evacuate.
The wind-driven flames have destroyed more than 141,000 acres over 4 counties. The destruction isn't going to end anytime soon either. Dry air and strong winds are expected to fuel the fire over the weekend.
A new fire in San Diego County started Thursday and has already burned through 4,000 acres. The largest of the fires, the Thomas Fire, has destroyed 115,000 acres in Ventura County and burned down 70 homes. It is only at 5% containment.
Arizona House Representative Trent Franks is resigning next month. This comes after the House Ethics Committee said it was opening an investigation into the Republican lawmaker following sexual harassment allegations.
In a statement, Frank says the investigation concerns a conversation he had with 2 female employees. Frank says he asked them to be surrogates for his child. A former aide says Frank offered her $5 million to carry his child. Frank admits he made staffers feel uncomfortable, but denies ever forcing sexual contact with any of his employees.
Franks is the 3rd lawmaker to resign this week due to sexual harassment allegations. Democratic Senator Al Franken and Congressman John Conyers have also stepped down. And in government news, the United States government will not be shutting down after President Trump signed legislation this morning. The Senate had passed the bipartisan short-term spending deal yesterday to keep the government running until December 22nd.
The government shutdown would have taken effect on Sunday. Despite the bill's passage in both houses, there are still obstacles to a long-term budget deal.
And the European Union and British Prime Minister Theresa May have reached a deal regarding travel across the Irish border in a breakthrough for the Brexit talks. The Irish border is a contentious issue due to the status of Northern Ireland being part of the UK and therefore leaving the EU.
The two sides also agreed to give EU citizens the right to continue to live and work in the UK. New negotiations will move on to trade.
Following President Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, protests have erupted around the world. From Pakistan to Turkey, anti-Trump sentiment is running high.
In Jerusalem, protesters clashed with police today. The AP is reporting a Gaza man died from Israeli fire during the protest. This is the first death following Trump's policy shift on Tuesday.
Coming up, we have the details from the latest government jobs report. Find out how many new jobs were added last month.
And the deadliest attack on UN peacekeepers in recent history. Who is behind the attack that left 14 dead? Don't go away.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV Newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader.
14 people are dead in what the UN is describing as the worst attack on peacekeepers in recent memory. Officials say a rebel group known as the Allied Democratic Forces attacked peacekeepers in the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
At least 53 people were hurt in the attack. 5 members of the Congo's armed forces were also killed. The UN is calling the attack a war crime.
The latest jobs report shows employment numbers continue to rise in the U.S., while the unemployment rates remain at the 17-year low of 4.1%.
More than 200,000 jobs were added in November. Average weekly paychecks also increased. The 3.1% increase in jobs over the past 12 months is the highest in 7 years and is representative of a healthy economy, according to many economists. 38%. A new study says that's how high the risk of breast cancer increases for women using birth control. All forms of hormonal contraceptives, including the pill and IUDs, creates a higher risk for women compared to those who have never used these types of birth control.
The research from the University of Copenhagen shows women who use contraceptives for under a year see a 9% increase in their risk, while women who use it for more than 10 years are 38% more likely to be diagnosed with breast cancer.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Communities in the South are enjoying a rare snowfall today. This video shows snow falling in Austin, Texas. It's hard to believe Texas has more snow than we do here in Syracuse.
That's right, Rebecca, and I hope it continues with many students traveling home next week as they finish their finals. Any snowfall could cause delays.
Citrus TV weather anchor David Edelstein is here with your forecast for the week ahead.
That's right. It's snowing in some strange places in the country right now, but not in Syracuse. Right now, 27 degrees. It is cloudy outside, overcast, some calm winds though, so it's not too breezy. No wind chill outside. Tomorrow though, game in the Carrier Dome, 36 degrees. It will be a little bit sunny out, mostly cloudy. Low is 24 degrees. The air quality, because the wind is not blowing the air out of the area, the air quality that we have now is going to stick around. It's not very good. Not great for taking a walk outside. But as we take a look at the day throughout tomorrow, it will get a little cloudy. Some clouds will be blown in. As you get towards 8 p.m., it will be a little bit cloudy as the moon comes out. The days continue to get shorter as we get towards the end of the year. You take a look at your traveling. If you are traveling, this is the last news show of the year, so if you're traveling next week, be careful. Right now, if you're traveling, a little bit of weird snow in Atlanta. That's the only delay we see on the map. Around the rest of the country, just green, clear airports are fine. As we take a look right now at Syracuse Hancock International Airport, it looks like an airplane is departing right now, so everything looking fine. If you take a look at the 5-day forecast, you can tell the snow is going to move in. That's what all of this is. Tomorrow it will be sunny though, so get ready for Sunday through Wednesday. As we're going to see temperatures below freezing and at freezing. A drop off on Wednesday though, 19 degrees and a low of 13 degrees as the snowstorm moves in. A lot of that lake effect snow picking up from the lakes nearby.
So, David, when are we going to see all of this snow clear up?
Yeah, we just saw a lot of snow throughout the rest of this week, and next week should clear up by the 16th, though. Unfortunately for students here in Syracuse at the university, that's when this semester is already over and everyone should be out of here. So a lot of traveling is going to happen during the snowstorm.
Awesome.
Right,
Thank you, David.
Coming up in sports, the Syracuse men's basketball team returns to the Carrier Dome. The women's basketball team looks for revenge, and a Japanese phenom picks his MLB team. Citrus TV News live at 6. We'll be right back.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Welcome to sports. I'm Christian DeGuzman. The Syracuse men's basketball team returns to Central New York tomorrow. Jim Boeheim's team is set to play its first home game in 12 days as the Colgate Raiders visit the Carrier Dome. The Orange comes off a road trip in which SU lost to Kansas and Miami and defeated UConn at Madison Square Garden. Sophomore forward Matthew Moyers shined under the lights in New York City, setting new career highs in points with 18 and rebounds with 8. And if he gets going, Syracuse gains a key offensive weapon.
Honestly, for me, all I need is one bucket. And with that bucket, after that bucket, it's going to get me going. It's going to get me in the flow of the game. When I get out there, the first half goes by. I think this is the first game I had where I got a bucket in the first half. So it feels like in the second half I'm playing catch up, not playing as well, not locked in. But if I get it going early, it's going to be a problem for a lot of teams.
And the men get started at 2 p.m. Right after the men's basketball game, Coach Q and the Syracuse women's basketball team take the court for its 10th match of the season. Drexel comes to the Carrier Dome looking to do what it did last year, upset the Orange. The Dragons dealt SU its first loss of the season last year. Drexel could do the same tomorrow night. Syracuse is 9-0 so far in this campaign. Game time tomorrow is set for 6 p.m. And to the gridiron, where the Syracuse football team is already looking towards the 2018 season. SU Athletics announced yesterday that its game against Notre Dame will take place in Yankee Stadium on November 17, 2018. This marks the first time in 6 years that Syracuse has played football in the Bronx. The last time the Orange were at East 161st Street was in the 2012 Pinstripe Bowl. Syracuse defeated West Virginia 38-14 in that game. And also on the gridiron, Steve Ishmael continues to collect accolades. The Syracuse senior was named to the Walter Camp All-American second team last night. Ishmael is the first player since Dwight Freeney in 2001 to receive Walter Camp All-American honors. The wide receiver ranked first in the ACC in receiving yards and receptions. Ishmael also adds to his end-of-season honors. He was named to the All-ACC first team and SB Nation's All-American first team. To the ice, where the women's ice hockey team is set for 2 matches this weekend against its CHA rivals in Mercyhurst. It's been a good start to the season so far for the Orange in conference play. Paul Flanagan's team is 4-1-1. The first match against Mercyhurst is already underway. Currently, Syracuse leads 1-0 in the first period, a goal coming from Victoria Klemek. The second match between the two teams start at 1 p.m. And to the turf as the Syracuse Silver Knights return home for the first time in 29 days. The Silver Knights in the Florida Tropics play at the On-Center War Memorial Arena tomorrow night. The two teams just played each other last Friday. Syracuse escaped from the RP Funding Center with a 6-5 win. Bernardo Forbes scored the final 3 goals for Syracuse in that match. Kickoff tomorrow is set for 6:05 p.m. And ending on the diamond, Japanese superstar Shohei Ohtani has reportedly agreed to join the Los Angeles Angels. In a statement, Ohtani's agent said that he saw the Angels as the best environment to develop and attain his career goals. Ohtani made headlines as a two-way player in Japan. He batted .286 in his career with 48 home runs. Ohtani was also 42-15 as a pitcher with a 2.52 ERA and over 600 career strikeouts. The Angels have until December 22nd to officially sign Ohtani.
All right, so looking forward to tomorrow's men's basketball game. Do you think we'll get the win against Colgate?
It should be an easy win for Syracuse, but if Syracuse can't shoot the ball like a shot against UConn, where they shot it really, really well, we see the Syracuse that came out against Kansas shooting very poorly, taking unnecessary threes. It could be very scary against a Colgate team that this Syracuse team should beat.
All right.
And Shohei Ohtani, I heard he wasn't looking at any Big East Coast teams. What do you think that has to say about him? And also, what does that do about Mike Trout's future in LA?
Well, I think Mike Trout, first of all, will definitely stay with the Angels. But for Shohei Ohtani, he came from a small town in Japan and played with a small team in Japan. So really for him, it was all about comfort and not the big thrills and the big glamours of the East Coast. And I think for him, the West Coast was where he felt the most comfortable. That's why most of the teams that he was looking at were on the West Coast.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Christian. CitrusTV News will be back in 90 seconds.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
I already knew that I was gonna go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science, become the mayor or something, make the situation better for other people. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
We have David Edelstein back here with us. So the storm that is going to be coming this weekend, how much snow can we expect to fall?
Yeah, so no snowstorm tomorrow, but Sunday we're expecting between 1 and 3 inches. There's a good chance that we might have more than 3 inches of snow. That's going to tack on Monday with another inch of snow, and then it's going to taper off on Tuesday and Wednesday, but there still will be flurries outside. So we're looking around 3 to 4 inches.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you, David. Coming up on OTN, your full sports report on Cuse Countdown and your late night entertainment with Syracuse Unpeeled.
Baton Rouge saw snowfall today for the first time in more than 7 years, and there is one resident who could not get enough of the white, fluffy snow.
Mike, the 1-year-old tiger that is the mascot for Louisiana State University. He spent the day playing in the snow for the first time ever in his special habitat on LSU's Baton Rouge campus. Now, Rebekah, I have some friends from LA. Freshman year, they saw snow for the first time in person. It looked a lot like that tiger, to be honest.
Yeah, that tiger sure is just having a ball there. I mean, he probably is just so confused on what even is happening outside if it's been 7 years since it snowed there.
Yeah, no, he really seems to love it. Well, that's all we have for Citrus TV News tonight. Make sure you check us out on Twitter at Citrus TV News.
Thank you for joining us every Friday this semester. We've had so much fun doing this show, and we're so grateful for all of our viewers. Shout out, Mom and Dad.
Awesome. Well, there's a lot of times in your life where you get to work with a really talented group of people, but there's not as many times when you get to work with as talented a group of people that you really enjoy working with. Here at Citrus TV, not only am I challenged by my co-anchors, by the cast, the crew, to be better every week. I challenge myself and I challenge them too, and I think the community spirit it really builds, you don't find anything else like it.
Very
so
nicely said,
for
Josh.
the rest of us here at Citrus TV News, for the last time this semester, I'm Josh Rosenblatt.
And I'm Rebekah Castor. Have a great night, Syracuse, and a fantastic winter break.